guys, welcome back to Melon It Up. In today's video we're going to be trying another new French dessert, I guess, because last week we did creme brulee. Today we're making souffle, and I mean, again, I want to say it looks easy, basic enough. It's just a matter of not overbeating your egg whites when you're mixing them into your egg yolks. It is basically just another baked custard, spongy, moussey type custard, but we'll see how it goes. It looks easy enough, but we'll see. It is a bit of a multi-step process. It's not all just throw it into a bowl and off you go. There are a couple of steps involved. I've never made it myself before, so it's another try video, and if it works then amazing. If it doesn't, it's probably still going to be delicious because it's just basically a custard. I'll bring you down and we'll have a look at all the ingredients lined up. I've got them all ready to go and we'll go from there. So before I tell you the ingredients, you'll also want a couple of weapons. So you've got a spatula and you've got a whisk. Doesn't matter what kind they are. I prefer silicone spatulas, but you do you, whatever you have, use it. We've also already got some ramekins. These are my Aldi bowls again because I don't have ramekins. It was really soft butter because it's been really warm here today, so the butter was basically melted. I've just used my fingers and wiped the entire ramekin, including all the sides, with butter, and then I've spread sugar around that by putting sugar in there and then kind of sifting it around until the whole ramekin or little pot is completely covered in butter and sugar. Find that the sugar isn't sticking, then maybe the butter, there isn't enough butter there, so just get some more butter and wipe it around. But that's pretty much covered now in butter and sugar, and I've got 4 of these. We've also got our oven heated to 190 degrees Celsius, and that's currently sitting at temperature. I'm gonna try putting the measurements on the screen or in the description rather than telling you each time, because I always get muddled up and I give you the wrong stuff and I have to edit it out anyway. So we've got 4 eggs that we split. I'm telling you that because we have 4 egg yolks and 4 egg whites, which are 4 eggs. We have 2 sets of sugar here. 1 set will basically be for each set of eggs. We'll be whipping the egg whites and we'll be tempering and cooking the egg yolks. We also have some plain flour, some vanilla bean extract, and some full cream milk. Yes, I'm using full cream again because I have leftover milk from last weekend because we don't use it in anything else. So there are our ingredients. We also need a pinch of salt for the egg whites. So I'm just going to put a little dash in there now. I believe it's just to help stabilize the egg whites. It's not to flavor anything, so you just want a pinch of salt. We'll get started. First of all, we're going to put the egg whites to the side. They're pretty much not going to be required until the last step of the process. We're also going to put our milk and bring our milk to a simmer. This always makes a lot of noise, so I'll probably end up speeding through this part just so you don't have to listen to that in the background. Basically all I'll be doing here is getting my first set of sugar, putting it into my egg yolks and whisking them until they're a lighter colour. And then once it's done, I'll be adding the flour and whisking that in as well. Okay, our milk is pretty warm now. It was just simmering. So I'm going to pour about 1/3 of that into here. We're going to put that back into the pot now, and we're going to bring that to a boil about 1 to 2 minutes or so apparently, and that should start getting thick. And we're just going to use our spatula for that. Okay, so we're going to pop this back on. It's going to get loud. I'll speed you through it. But yeah, about 1 to 2 minutes. Basically, then cook this now until it starts getting thick. And that didn't take very long at all, and you can see how thick that's gone from basically a liquid to a thick custard. We're going to add our vanilla. So let's shake that. About 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, completely up to you how much you want to put in. I feel like vanilla is one of those things that you can just do whatever the heck you want. Unless you're putting a whole bottle in, which case probably don't do that. I'm just going to transfer this into a bowl that won't retain too much heat because we do want this to cool down. Waiting for our custard. I'm going to call it a custard because it's basically what it is. While we're waiting for that to cool down, we're going to start our egg whites. So basically what we're going to do is there's some salt in with the egg whites at the minute. We want to just beat those until they're foamy, and then we're going to gradually add the sugar, and then they'll become a stiff peak. So we do want stiff peaks on this, with as much air in it as we can basically, so that when we put it into the custard mixture it makes it go airy, and I guess that's what will make it rise and do its souffle thing. So that's what we're going to do now. Obviously this is very noisy, so I'll speed you through it, but foamy eggs, add sugar, and then stiff peaks. If you have guns and you want to do by hand, you're more than welcome to go ahead and use a regular whisk, but I'm definitely taking the easy route and doing it this way. There you go, that's a foamy egg to me. So I'm going to start adding my sugar gradually and get them to a stiff peak, to a stiff peak. Okay, so that's a stiff peak. You turn this over, it doesn't fall out, all that good stuff. It's nice and glossy, it's thick. It's exactly what we want. Okay, what we'll do now is add some of our super awesome egg whites into our custard mixture. So I'm going to do maybe a quarter to begin with, because the first one that you do will always lose the most air. So we're just going to kind of fold that in. I'm going to add the rest. I have no idea what this should actually look like, so let's just hope that this is the way it's supposed to look. I guess we'll find out at the end. Okay, I think that's enough folding. I don't want to completely beat the crap out of all that air we put in there. We're going to fill these up. Okay, so as far as I know, they're meant to rise, so I don't think the amount that's in there is going to impact it too much. But I do have a couple. I have one that's kind of really full. I don't know if you can actually see that. One that's not super full, but fuller than this one, and then I got one about the same. Anyway, they were completely uneven, which to me is fine because I'll know next time which one to fill it up to the amount of. They could all be overfull for all I know, but what I do know is they will rise, and we want them to do that, so they'll come up and they'll fluff up, and hopefully that's what we get. Otherwise they're a complete flop and they're just going to be this cooked, which is still going to be tasty, right? So I'm going to pop them in the oven now for 25 to 30 minutes. I will set an alarm. The oven is definitely preheated. It's been on here for ages. I'm sweating balls over here, so it's definitely warm in the kitchen. I'll pop these in the oven, come back, see how we go. Alright, so here's our souffle. I've only done one so far for Instagram, so I've dressed it and it seems okay. It's deflated a little bit, but you are supposed to eat them warm. And we have Matt here waiting to taste it.
So what do? I just stab it?
Yeah. it's cooked in the middle and not. Oh yeah. Looks alright. Might be hot.
Ooh, it's like a sweet, airy, custardy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I assume that's what it's supposed to be like, yeah.
Yeah. Got nothing to compare it to. It seems alright. That's right.
It's still super hot. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Would you pay for it at a restaurant?
I guess so.
Right, so there we have our souffle. Turned out really well. Matt seems to like it. I haven't tasted it yet, but if he likes it, it must be okay. It was super easy to make. There were just a lot of steps involved, but otherwise it was really pretty simple. I think the hardest part was making sure that you let the custard part cool down more before you added the egg white. It all seemed to turn out well. I didn't focus too much on making sure I didn't fold the egg whites in. You know, some people say only fold in 10 times, so I didn't do any of that. It was really simple. I would make it again. Matt likes it. It's probably going to go into our new dessert menu, so I think I'd like to try a chocolate one next time, so stay tuned. Not next week though, definitely not, definitely no time soon. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video, leave a comment if you want, say hello, or I'll see you on the next video. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye!